Welcome to my show. Make sure you hit that like button as you come in, and also while you're here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, hit that bell twice and enjoy the show. All right, so Meagan Good's estranged husband, Devon Franklin, dropped a bombshell in court, revealing he hasn't been with the actress since August. According to Franklin's documents obtained by Radar, the motivational speaker listed the date of the marriage as June 16, 2012. He listed the date of separation as August 21st, 2021. He listed irreconcilable differences as the reason for the split. The marriage lasted a total of 9 years and 2 months. All signs point to the two having prenuptial agreements before they got hitched. The couple did not have any children, which means child support and custody didn't need to be fought about. Franklin also checked the box asking the court to block Good from asking for spousal support, and he says he will not be seeking any support from his ex. The full nature and extent of the petitioner's separate property are unknown at this time. Petitioner will amend this petition when same has been ascertained. The filing reads: after the petition was filed in Los Angeles Superior Court, the couple released a joint statement to People about the split but never mentioned the word divorce. There is no one at fault. We believe this is the next best chapter in the evolution of our love, they said. After much prayer and consideration, we have decided to go into our futures separately but forever connected. We celebrate almost a decade of marriage together and a love that is eternal, they added. Interesting to note, Good's response to Franklin's petition does not appear to be filed into the system. Normally, in cases where the parties have agreed to split and release a joint statement, they end up filing their divorce paperwork at the same time. This is not the case with Franklin and Good. His lawyer struck first, and Good doesn't even have a lawyer listed in the court system as of yet. The split is interesting given the two were fawning over each other on social media only 6 months ago. On their 9th wedding anniversary, the movie producer also praised his wife for her work on Amazon Prime's new show, Harlem, earlier this month. Okay, so my thoughts on this. This one is a strange one. However, it does seem as though this is a breakup. This is a marriage this is a divorce that is born out of maturity and diligence. It does seem as though Devon, he's a thorough dude. That's likely the reason I'm assuming that's largely the reason for his great success. So he made a decision to divorce Meagan Good. I think it may have caught her off guard. I think that whatever was going on in the marriage was not really, she wasn't aware that it was as big a concern as it was June during their 9th wedding anniversary. But keep in mind, or at least she's an actress, meaning that what you see is not always going to be what you get. However, it is possible that she was caught completely off guard when the separation happened in August. Could be that something happened between June and August that made him say, you know something, I'm going to scrap the past 9 years and move forward without you, or we're going to go through a separation. Now, if they were separated between August and December 20th is when I think that they announced, then that means that they were trying. Separation is like, okay, we're going to see if we can work on it before we go full-blown divorce. And then for whatever reason, right before Christmas, Devon said, I'm going to get a divorce and I'm going to file. I will not put our business on the streets, which is why we know very little about what's causing this. I will say that you are the love of my life and our love is eternal, even though we are not going to be eternally married, which is a very interesting thing to say. It's like, our love is eternal, let's get a divorce. But I'm sure they have their reasons. My theory, and this is just my theory, personally, I don't think that we should know every aspect of their marriage. My theory is that the catalyst of their divorce is their either unwillingness or lack of ability to have kids. I think that more than anything was just, like the overall reason. One way or another, it is part of it. It could be that they've always had problems since day one, and the religion has kept them together for 9 years plus. Even though they were not close enough to each other to want to reproduce, they didn't want that type of bond with each other. They never had a period of time to where they were connected enough, long enough, and consistently enough to have kids, or once again, one wanted it and the other one didn't. Like he wanted kids, she didn't, or he wanted kids and she's not capable of giving it to him, or he's not capable of producing kids, so he just says, "What's the point of marriage at this point? I'm going to do whatever he's going to do after this, and I'm not going to give you spousal support. It's a good thing we had a prenuptial agreement." Now, I want to say this. Very interesting that a devout Christian would have a prenuptial agreement. Because, and once again, this is just speculation. But I'm assuming that someone who's so devout to their religion to the point where they would abstain from having sex before the marriage, that they would just assume that this is going to be a forever marriage because, I said this to God, just like I said I wouldn't have sex before marriage to God. I would assume that that's the case, but I'm wrong. And it seems like most people would have underestimated Devon in this particular instance because he seems to be very practical in his approach. He doesn't let religion cloud his higher judgment and determining what's best for himself and safeguarding himself from a possible calamity. So kudos to him for that. Like I say, everything I say right now is just speculation. I don't know the details of their marriage. Frankly, it's none of my business. However, I will report to you and share my opinion on it. This is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.